Hello.
Let's get everybody the volume up everywhere. Can you guys talk? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Perfect. We are live. Welcome, everybody. This is Synergy Solutions. It is Wednesday, a little bit afternoon today, but here we are nonetheless. And I don't know if you've heard, but there's movement in the skull. The skull bones move, and we're going to talk about today how we can help you, how an adjustment here, a session here at Synergy Solutions can help the skull move appropriately. And there's all kinds of effects that has with your whole entire body. So, Dr. George, I'm going to start with you. You had a little, you showed something in the beginning which inspired me to talk about this topic today. So,
This little guy?
what is that right there? You got a little story behind that?
Yeah. When I was a kid, my parents got me a Visible Man model to build, and this is the skull from one of those.
Wow. You
Yeah.
do keep things.
I did. Well, because I didn't know then I was going to be a chiropractor, and I first have the big one like this too. And it did go to Haiti, so this started out this size, and then whole story.
Well, show that one with the color up again, because that's really interesting model. I don't think I
like
know.
that.
I only saw that a few years ago, and that model blew my mind as far as understanding that there's different components, that different areas that we can call different names, bones that form the skull. But what I've come to understand is that these bones have like a movement, like a balloon, like almost like a heartbeat. It has to expand and contract and expand and contract. Tell us more about that, Dr. George.
Well, what I could say is that the sphenoid and the occiput, where they come together, they kind of move this way to help pump the cerebrospinal fluid. And apparently that happens every 16 times a minute. So, the skull kind of like pumps the fluid up and down. That's about all I can say about that right now.
Okay, so yeah, the sphenoid, which is like basically where the temple bones are for everybody, but that is the wings of the bone, and there's a much more internal component that's flat and holds the floor. It's like the floor of the brain in many respects. What color is that one, George? The
yellow. And the pituitary goes in here. And the eyes go through here.
Yeah. Now, open question to the other doctors. Have you worked with some cranial issues in your practice, or do you do craniosacral technique, which is a phenomenal method to help release stuck movement patterns of the bones? Anybody want to volunteer any insights?
Yeah, I adjust all the cranial bones, not with craniosacral, but with a manual technique called McTimoney chiropractic, which is a very low force technique that's based on accuracy and speed. Yeah. An interesting thing actually that I heard when I was training was that medical doctors, when they're training, they are taught that the cranial bones do not move. They're taught that. Yeah. And I'm not criticizing medical doctors, because they do things that I can't do and vice versa. But they do actually move quite a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, and I've experienced that movement in my own personal healing journey, and of course, with patients, absolutely. And,
Yeah. Well, it's palpable. It can be felt, and the clients can feel it on themselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
and most notably, excuse me if I'm distracted. Most notably, I've noticed that in people who have concussions and things of this nature, that's part of the process of resolving much of those symptoms in people.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so let's say hello, Dr. Lisa, Beth, Adrienne, Vesna. We have Dr. Bryson with us today. We have a full house. It's exciting. We're expanding, and so that being said, let's talk about our intentions. We know that there's a big situation happening in the world today, and what this avenue of care of, I don't want to call it healthcare right now. I want to use my words differently. What Synergy Solutions is, but there's this energy that we are as beings, and if this is your first time connecting with us, go to synergysolutions.com and you see there's different links at in the post, and you can get the free download. You can check out some of the things for free. Check out some three lessons and experiences that you can have for yourself and try and find out more, and then you can dive in with us and begin to understand what we're doing here and how you are energy and how you can be positively influenced to have a more coherent expression in life. That means feel better, move better, think better, and have a better quality of life. That's the intention, at least I know I want for my life. So that being said, as a foundation, Dr. Sasha, I'm going to start. I'm going to call on you again, Dr. Sasha. What what's your mode? What's your idea for today to work with?
I haven't had any ideas. You've just put me on the spot.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to
I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll give you a chance to think about that, because I know oftentimes we go, well, the OD will guide us. The OD will tell us what we need to do.
That's what I say.
And ultimately, this is I want to give people power to go, well, I want this in my life. I need this in my life. I'm healing with this in my life. So I want people to have that focus for what they're doing. However, we know that we're just connecting to the force of life that empowers them and gives them and animates them that life. So that being said, we're still living in this world, and there's news, there's people responding. Our patients have needs. So what out there? What could we be focusing on? What do you think there? And Adrian, I'll move to you.
Yes. Vitality. The word that comes to mind first.
Okay. And Beth?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't hear him either. What did he say?
Vitality.
Vitality. Okay.
Yes. So the ability to respond.
My intention is to be a beacon of hope for all that come in my door during these challenging times, and to try to give them hope for healing and health and mental, physical, spiritual health. My intention.
Beautiful.
Doing my part.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Lisa, what comes to mind for you?
What's been coming out a lot for me is a reconnection to the universe. We're so busy looking at our 4% of physical structures, our physical life. What about all of that greater space that there isn't an object in, and reconnecting to source?
Thank you. And Vesna?
I would say just be without interference.
Being without interference. That's just a nice thought. Thank you. I feel freer with that. And Dr. Bryson, tell us your thoughts. What comes to mind for you?
Well, since this is my first time on the call, I just wanted to keep an open mind and learn as much as I can from the experience.
Great.
And mainly, I just want to stay positive for my practice members so I can help them as much as I can.
So right on. I call that being a good captain of the ship here. And the captain has to have the certainty and positivity and good connection. So thank you for participating. That's a beautiful way of stepping in here. Thank you. And Dr. George.
Well, the second thing that popped on my head was this. This is the triune of life in chiropractic. So here we are, connecting to source means allowing the innate intelligence to have the force to get into the body. It's essentially what chiropractic is about. There's a universal force, there's a universal intelligence, and my first thought was, his will be done. We can't fix anything with this, but we can help people get connected to the source of life, and then we ride that wave and everything goes the way it's supposed to go. So connecting to the source.
Well, that being said, we are in a good place right now, so let's turn on music. Hopefully it's a decent volume for everybody. Just do that a different way. And we'll be focusing on connecting to source. Being a positivity and being certain, especially again knowing that there is something that is within. All right, give me a thumbs up if you hear the music. It's too loud. Hopefully it's okay. So that being said, each of us are the doctors are each connected to what's called the surrogate, which is the central location where everyone, all the people listening, all the people connecting intuitively, and people joining us live, everyone here as a doctor themselves is we're combining our energy in this what's called the surrogate, and each doctor can connect to the surrogate. And then the wisdom within all of that, we call that in our field the innate intelligence, the source of life within all of that, will guide each of the doctors to do their part, perfect rhythm, perfect harmony, to bring about a beautiful transition towards your connection with source, your connection with alignment, and I would call that coherence. So that being said, shall we begin? And what we know.
Okay, I'm good. It was like I was delayed for a while and then, but fine. Yeah, maybe. I'm not. It's just, yeah, that's okay. I'll take it.
It was like, I'll say it's like a perception. It was like a perception, like I say, zone for how crazy shot was.
Okay.
There's something there, like how they
Okay.
play.
Yeah, it was interesting, and thank you for picking that up. I didn't know what it was. I called it a morphogenic field. Thank you to you fine doctors that I never asked. I'm like, I got something that I didn't know what it was. So there you go.
Well, that was just a weird word. And I'm like, okay, it's not
And then I just go with it, and I'm like, I got it here and here, and then I did it, and I'm like, oh, you don't have to know all the time, right?
Yeah, and that is what a profound statement right there. You don't have to know, and that
Yeah.
drove me for a while. So I have like books of lists I've accumulated from
Yes.
other KSTers, and it's always a delight.
Yeah.
Exactly, George.
It's a morphogenic field.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Adrian, I'm going to start with you again. All right. So tell me, what did you notice? What did you sense? What did you work on?
I worked on one thing was to line, like decompress the spine between the whole spine between like a sacrum occipital.
The entire system itself.
Yeah, the meninges.
Okay. I know. One of the things you mentioned to me before, as far as what you studied, is BIG. Is that correct? If I say that.
BGI, yeah,
BGI, excuse me.
biogeometric integration.
Yes. So it's kind of, I look at it as the whole entire skeletal system, and definitely the spinal system itself, is always in motion, always in balance within itself. It's entirely self-sustaining and synchronous and moving together. And
Yes.
it's a much different perspective than I was taught when I first came through chiropractic, of course. Okay, thank you. Sasha, what did you notice? What did you work on today?
I worked with two Reiki symbols. The one for peace and the one for connecting back to planet Earth. They came up one after the other. Yeah.
Well, Earth is very grounding, right? So peaceful, balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt, I will say, there's a part of this session I felt very, there's a large sense, very, very grounding, very peaceful at the same time. So thank you. That's well received. Lisa, tell me what you noticed.
It was interesting. One of my things that came up yesterday in some work that I was doing was I had some suture stuff that was going on with some emotional release for me yesterday, and cranial bones kept popping up in my head all day yesterday. So it was interesting that this came up today, the cranial bones. So it was so great. So spine came up first, but then going back to source, what I ended up coming up with was doing an ARC medicine wheel: alignment, relationship, consciousness, and health, and then connecting that back to source and opening up.
Okay. That's wow, beautiful. It's a cycle connection.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. And it reminds me of the safety cycle, of course, right? I don't want to make light of it, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful and profound thought you just provided. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beth.
Yeah, I initially got heart, and then I got nothing. It was good. Like I got heart, and then I just got, I asked if I could speed up the processing, no, and I just sat with it. So, which is great, just the heart. And then at the end, I got all this funky stuff that I chopped it up to morphogenic field on my left and on my back, and then you must have picked that up.
Well, I was going through everybody as ODing. I'm like, oh, Beth needed something.
Thank you. So whatever it was, I appreciate the healing.
You're welcome. I think we're all great appreciation. So thank you. And Vesna, thank you for joining us. Perfect timing as always.
Thank you. I got C1 posterior, and I worked on that. And then it felt like that was my contribution to join this beautiful wave, kind of healing wave. That and that was it. There was nothing else needed from my side. I enjoyed, right?
Can I ask a question? You got C1 and then what?
And that was it. And that was
okay,
it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I just didn't hear you.
That I joined this beautiful wave.
Okay.
No, what a great analogy, a wave. I feel that in my life that this is, I will say I've been out of, purposely staying out of social engagement in any way, just wanting to focus on my clientele, my family, and things that I find important for me and my peace of mind. However, that being said, there is all this intensity and all this, you said a wave. Quite profound. And I like to think that with KST and the facilitation of what we're doing here, there's other things than the cosmo changes we've talked about in the past. And nonetheless, I want to be able to surf that wave. I don't want to be taken out by it,
Right.
Yeah, felt that way.
Yeah. So Dr. Bryson, thank you for joining us today. I'm very pleased that you made it online. And as an observer, what was your experience? I don't know if you're actively adjusting, if you could share that detail. And then what did you, if you were in that place of receiving, what were you noticing?
Well, actually, I checked myself with the OD and I found a C1. I wrote down what I adjusted. I contacted the right posterior arch. I used clockwise torque with my middle finger and held a sustained contact for 20 seconds. And then I adjusted a left AS ilium. And then I could just feel the reconnection between the top and the bottom.
Great. So you were applying yourself, were you ODing for yourself and adjusting that? Do you feel that was it more than just you? Or was you the surrogate yourself? How were you operating that way?
I felt it was just me. I didn't really feel much outside of myself, but I felt like I was really focused on what I was adjusting.
Very good. Well, I'm glad that you got connected. That is fantastic. Got a huge win. And Dr. George.
Yes. Lots of synchronicities today. I mean, we're all connecting people to source. Sacral occipital, we talked about BGI earlier with a client today. Whole lot of stuff. So what I found, I got in through the right kidney as I do. I saw that 4 major hollow organs that I always get, gallbladder, appendix, large intestine, small intestine, hit that all as one. And then I just keyed in on a big fat old atlas and blasted it big. And then I did something with the coccyx, and then everything downloaded. So again, the head, tail, the whole thing is one. And I've been working on the HIO moves, so that's starting to come together. So and riding waves came up earlier today too. So
I love when there's all the synchronicity, the interweave between our stories that we bring here. So that's always a delight for me, and it's such a pleasure to see the experiences we've had. And I don't know if everyone's attended different experience members courses, workshops. However, there's oftentimes we've done this in the past where we connect as a group and we all have this wave-like experience and this feeling of confirmation of what we're finding and what we're working on. So, what a delight. Thank you everybody for joining in. This has been another session. Dr. H, if you have something else you want to wrap up with?
Yeah. I want to add something just heard a few weeks ago that blew my mind. From Dr. Susan Watson, said that before the Grey's Anatomy book was published, the sphenoid, so the yellow butterfly-shaped bone on the skull, was considered the first segment of the spine.
yes, yeah.
I've often thought that can be included in as a spinal bone. That's very profound. Thank you for sharing. that was before. That was in.
Before the Dr. Gray published his an anatomy book.
Wow. I think that's a very valid thought to consider when we see the relationship between the what's it called, the lover brother connections. I'll say that. But
And in the SOT, there is the symmetry between the coccyx, sacrum, pelvic complex, and the mandibula, maxilla, and sphenoid.
Yeah, I am in total agreement with that thought, and very valid, worth a deeper exploration. Well, thank you for that, Adrian. And so, with that being said, comment in the group, comment on the post what you noticed, what you experienced. Go to synergysolutions.com or drkeving.com and get access there. Get the free download and experience for yourself anytime, anyplace, anywhere. We'll see you next Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Thanks, everybody, for joining in today.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
Great to connect.
Yay.